Check this out, baby. Check this out. For this reason, Christ is the mediator of a new covenant. Like, what's another word for covenant that has to do with heirship? A will, baby. A will. Thank you. Thank you. A will. Christ is the mediator of a new will. Like, there's a legal contract in place. Like, I got one myself. It's in my safe at home. Me and my wife, we got it made up. We got 3 babies that we're going to pass stuff on to. And it is sitting there. And it's a powerful one, right? No judge is going to argue with it. Like, what is written in those words is what is law when we what? When we pass. But until that time, that powerful piece of paper is absolutely worthless sitting there because mommy and daddy's still alive. There ain't been a death to put it into effect. But Jesus comes as a mediator of God's new will, the one that will take place when he goes to the cross, when he dies. So when this will comes into effect, the old is gone. That old will, that old testament, that old covenant has been fully realized, and a new one is put into effect by his shedding of blood. Like, look at this. For this reason, Christ is the mediator of a new covenant or a new will, a legal document, a legal contract issued by God himself that we can come into. That those who are called may receive the promise. For this reason, Christ is the mediator of a new covenant, that those who are called may receive the promised eternal inheritance because they heirs, baby. Now that he has died as a ransom to set them free from the sins committed under the first covenant. Like, the first will, it's null and void now. The first will couldn't do all that God had for him to do. He couldn't give the full kingdom to it because no one could live up to it. Like, if you break one statute in that will, you fall short of the glory. But if the new will, Jesus comes to fulfill the old and put into effect the new will. And that by this will, which is by faith, we now come into contact with God and we can receive everything as co-heirs with Christ. I hope you get this. In the case of a will, it is necessary to prove the death of the one who made it, because a will is in force only when somebody has died. So the will sitting in our safe right now, it ain't got no power, it ain't got no effect because we still alive. But as soon as we die, that will takes precedence over everything. So think about that with Christ. As soon as he laid his life down on that cross, as soon as he shed his blood for our sins, that new will went into effect, baby, and it's powerful. It's got legal standing. There ain't no argument. There ain't no discussion about it. What is written in that will, when you, like, is full in effect and powerful. And that is what we hang our hat on as Christians. That is what we believe. That is how you come to it in faith. That what Jesus done, what he said, it's good as gold. It's written in blood. And it cannot be turned back from or manipulated. You can't add to and you can't take away from. He wrote it in his blood, and there ain't no changing what he has done.